All right, let's dive into a really fascinating thought experiment today. We're going to forget all about stocks, crypto, and savings accounts. Instead, we're going back to the absolute basics to figure out what real wealth looks like when the system we all rely on just stops working.
So just imagine this for a second. You wake up one morning and every single dollar you've ever saved, every investment you've carefully made, is suddenly worth nothing. It's just paper. It's a pretty scary thought, right? But it's the core idea we're exploring today. And here's our scenario. We're not talking about a recession or even a depression. This is a total, complete failure of the entire financial system. The very foundation of our modern world has just crumbled.
So let's really walk through this world. A world where all the rules we know about money and wealth have been thrown out the window because the idea of money itself has basically vanished. You see, our money, what economists call fiat currency, it's only valuable because we all agree it is, because our government says it is. But what happens in a total collapse? Well, that agreement, that trust, it's gone. And suddenly your wallet is full of what amounts to colorful pieces of paper. And that's it. And that leads to the most important question of all, doesn't it? If you can't buy food, if you can't purchase medicine or fuel, how do you get by? How do you take care of yourself and your family? Well, the answer takes us way, way back to the oldest form of commerce there is.
We are talking about the return of the barter system. You know, this isn't some new radical idea. In fact, it's the original idea. And in a world without money, it's pretty much the only thing that's going to work.
To put it really simply, you just trade what you have for what you need. It's that direct. Got a can of beans? Maybe you trade it for a box of bandages. You know how to fix a generator? Great! That skill might be worth a week's worth of food. It's a one-to-one exchange of actual, tangible value. And this really highlights the huge mental shift we'd all have to make. We'd go from an abstract system, right, one based on trusting a government promise, to something incredibly concrete. Value is now all about tangible utility. Is this thing useful to me right now? Is it hard to find? That's what makes it valuable.
Okay, so this brings us to the really practical part of all this. In a barter economy, what actually makes you wealthy? What are the new hot commodities? The funny thing is, the answer might be sitting in your pantry or your garage right now.
I absolutely love this quote because it completely reframes how you look at your own stuff. All those things we kind of take for granted, suddenly they become the foundation of your personal wealth. Your net worth isn't in a bank anymore, it's literally on your shelves. First things first, value comes from basic survival. Food, clean water, and the ability to grow more food, that stuff becomes the new gold standard. But look what else is on that list. Coffee and tea. Seriously, never underestimate the trading power of a small comfort, a little piece of normalcy in a crisis. Next up, you have the things that make you self-sufficient. I mean, think about it. The ability to start a fire instantly, or to fix something that's broken, or to power a radio to get information. These things become incredibly valuable. Their utility is just off the charts compared to their old price tag. And this is so important to understand. Wealth isn't just about physical items. It's also about what's in your head. Can you set a broken bone? Can you fix a car? That knowledge is a highly tradable, incredibly valuable asset. And again, you see those comforts, a bottle of whiskey, or even just a good book could be a premium bartering chip.
This table really makes it real, doesn't it? The value of something is directly tied to what someone else needs. A simple box of matches could be worth a meal to someone who's cold. A bottle of life-saving antibiotics? Wow, that could be worth a whole set of tools. It all comes down to immediate need and scarcity.
So, you've taken stock of your new bank vault. You know what you have that's valuable. But here's the thing. Having the goods is only half the battle. You also have to know how to trade well. It's a skill, and it's a crucial one.
You see, a good trade isn't just random haggling. There's a real logic to it. First, you've got to find that mutual need. What do I have that you want, and what do you have that I need? From there, you have to agree on what's fair. Then it's all about clear communication. And finally, making sure both of you walk away feeling like you got a fair deal. In this world, trust is everything.
And that really brings us to the main takeaway here. In a barter economy, value is stripped down to its absolute essence. It's about pure, simple utility. Your wealth is no longer some abstract number on a screen. It's a direct measure of your ability to help yourself and the people around you survive and thrive.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. When you strip away all the financial systems we lean on every single day, what are you left with? What skills do you have? What useful things do you own?
In other words, what's your real value? It's definitely something to think about.